Hello Internet, this is Tarngold here with a review of DX line of Superhuman Samurai Syber-Squad. There are just a few things I'd like to get out of the way first before we start. This review will be divided up into many self-contained videos where I will discuss major aspects of the toy, and then another video for how it combines with others if the video happens to become too long. These toys have some issues with wear and tear that I inherited from the previous owner, so I apologize about the toy's condition. I'll be giving my impressions of what the toy is like new, since I did own these back when the series was brand new. This is just a second lot that I happened to get from somebody else. Many people watching these reviews may know something about the American show or its originating Japanese counterpart, Denko Chojin Gridman. Though since this review is for the American version of the toy, I will be using names and references based off the American show whenever possible. If you'd like me to cover differences between its Japanese counterpart, that's not really going to happen until I get more source material for Gridman. But if you'd like to see it, just put some feedback. And lastly, related to feedback, since this is my first video review, I would appreciate any constructive feedback you can give. It will definitely help out any future video reviews. Alright, that's pretty much it. So without further delay, let's samurai's, guys! Okay, here we have Servo. He stands a solid 9 inches with the little head fin that we have here. And as far as posability is concerned, there's not really much on Servo, simply because his main purpose is for the combination, and if they gave him a large range of motion, he most likely would fall under his own weight. There are a few solid joints, but I can see the reason why they made some selections on the joints. For example, the one major hindrance is his upper joint here. There is no side-to-side whatsoever. You can try, but there is none. You get maybe a little bit of range of motion. There's like a little tiny bit of swivel right in there. Don't know if you can see it, but let's see if I can get that closer. Ooh, close up of the groin. Yeah, just what you wanted in this review. No, I can't really get a good view on that. Sorry about that. But other than that, he's got the usual range of motion. Got the knee. Got swivel. Got the toe a little bit. No side to side. And of course, front and back. Now with the arm, you have a more full range of motion. You might not be able to see it, but there's a swivel joint provided right within the shoulder armor, right there. Provide you that full 360, and you also have the bicep swivel and curl. No double joint there for the purpose of stability. The wrist can move a little bit, but not too much. And I'll get into that later with the combination videos. Now, as you can see, he's got his wrist accessory here, which can be removed. The holes are universal, so it can go on either side, either wrist. However, this is mainly for the combination, so you'd take it out in order to leave that cavity to allow for the fist to be combined. Now, if you take a look at his head up close, let me just get you in there, and let's just let it focus there. You can see there's a lot of translucent plastic in the front, where his eyes, and a little bit up top in the forehead. Now, you'd think that he'd be lighting up like a Christmas tree right now because I got the overhead light on, but no, he doesn't. Instead, you have a solid head in the back. There's no clear plastic at all. Now, the reason for this is that he's missing a primary gimmick that was taken out of him with the American release. He had his electronics ripped out. because normally this backpack would have electronics in it, and you take this cover off to insert the batteries. Kind of disappointing, but I can understand them wanting to remove it in order to lower the cost. Now, you might be asking yourself, what accessories does he have? Well, aside from his wrist communicator and transformation device, he has a rather large variety of accessories. Now, my release didn't come with any of that stuff. It came with a few of the axe accessories and one of the larger swords. So I do happen to have also a sealed box, mint and sealed box Servo. So if you can take a look inside the packaging, you'll see that he comes with a shield, and you have the shield's connector midway through here. The two little holes there would connect to two little holes on the back of the shield. You've got his basic sword hiding somewhere in there, which is just a little sword, short sword. And in addition to that, you also had a couple of combined accessories. So you had a larger sword combined with the shield, and you also had an axe version, where it was pushed a little farther up. Now these accessories fit very easily into hand. Slot it in and you can go and hack at some viruses. Hasha! But other than that, there's not too much point to the accessories. They're not really used on the combined versions too much. As far as I know, they might not have been used at all. But they're there as a nice little addition. Ooh. Sorry about that. Alright, so that is it for Servo. Impressions, I'm not too impressed with the loss of the backpack. I'm not impressed with the lack of posability in the upper joint here. I believe they could have gotten away with a solid joint, because this joint right here is pretty solid. This knee joint is very solid. And this guy's been through the ringer. He's one of the main ones I use for combining and such. And I happen to have a few other spare servos as well, so I'll be able to use those as extra bodies for showing off comparisons between when he's combined and not combined. Just as a side note, there are actually different color variations of Servo that were released in North America. This is the gold version, which I believe is supposed to represent the tank character if he happened to become Servo and go into the computer. They did this for other characters. I believe there was a sapphire repaint as well, and kind of cool looking. I kind of like the gold and black. Definitely something I would keep out of display. I would not combine this one, only because it looks so cool. But and just to give you an idea of the extra accessories I received, there's 2 more of the axes. I've got 3 of these axes that I can use and switch around.